Welcome to another exciting episode of the Issues on Voice of the People TV, where we bring you the most important and pressing issues shaping our nation today. I am your host, Jerry Apeliohai, and tonight we'll be diving deeper into three major developments in the Nigerian politics. Tonight on the issues, political shakeups and the challenges ahead as the Nigerian opposition landscape is abuzz as Peter Obi joins a David Mark-led coalition to take on the ruling APC in 2027. But not everyone is pleased. Dumebi Kachikwu'S threatens legal action against the coalition, while FCT Minister Nyesom Wike labels the coalition leaders failed and expired politicians. Is this coalition a game changer or a recipe for disaster? We'll dive into the details tonight. Stay with us. After the short break, we'll dig deeper into these topics and more. Don't go away. Welcome back. Let's dive straight into today's discussion. We start off with Peter Obi, who has explained why he joined the David Mark-led opposition coalition, saying it's to challenge the ruling APC at the 2027 general elections. Obi stated that the coalition members are committed to working together to provide Nigerians with a competent, capable, and compassionate leadership. According to Obi, the decision to join the coalition wasn't taken lightly, but rather, after deep reflection on Nigeria's current state, he emphasized that no single group can change Nigeria alone and that building bridges is necessary to dismantle the structures that perpetuate poverty and insecurity. The coalition, which includes notable politicians like Atiku Abubakar, Nasser El-Rufai, and Rotimi Amechi, has adopted the African Democratic Congress (ADC) as its platform for the 2027 elections, with David Mark as national chairman and Rauf Aregbesola as national secretary. Today, I'm delighted to be joined by three esteemed guests. Here in the studio, we have Dr. Peter Anosike. Dr. Anosike is a philosopher, development economist, and best-selling author. He is also an erudite commentator on economy, finance, politics, and power. Great to have you join us.
I'm happy to be here.
All right, and I think you're excited. Whatever, we'll get to that part. And joining us virtually is Comrade Ibuchukwu Ohabwe Ezike, the Executive Director, Civil Liberties Organization. We understand is still yet to join us on the issues. And of course, we also have another virtual guest and the person of Nonso Emecheta, who is joining us as well virtually this evening. Good evening, Nonso. Great to have you join us on the issues. All right, we understand they are not yet with us, but definitely they will be in time to join the coalition or stay with the APC or wherever they stay, as far as I'm concerned. But let's talk about Peter Obi. Definitely, it looks like the man owes Nigerians who are obedient reasons why he has decided to join the coalition. What do you make of his reasons of joining the coalition?
One, Peter Obi is an adult, he's a human being. Understand?
Yes.
So, saying one, but there are people who are looking up to him. There are people who shares in his visions. Understand?
Yes.
So, but there's one thing fundamental that he said. He said that no single organization can do it alone. And this is what I have been talking right from time. It is only a coalition that will beat Bondame Tinubu. Peter Obi cannot do it alone. Atiku cannot do it alone. Showore cannot do it alone. It's all hands on deck.
Okay.
And that's what Peter Obi saw. That even though he has a lot of followers, but this is not what an individual can do. And I believe that those of them who are following him, who are discerning enough, understand, should understand why he should be a member of that coalition. It is coalition that defeated the PDP in 2015. Before 2015, PDP was saying that they are going to rule for 60 years, only for a coalition that will come up in 2015 and sweep them off. So it is the same coalition that will sweep APC off, because what goes round comes round. So those who believe in P2B, just like myself, because I know that he is the best among the worst.
Okay.
So I understand him. I know that it's not what only him can do. It's not what only him can do, because in politics, there are entrenched interests. Understand? So if you want to do it alone, there will be higher interest, there will be superior interest that might stop you. But when you come together, all the interests will be served, all the interests will be protected. So, and when people from the north look at the coalition, they say, yes, we are represented here. When people from the south look at it, they say, yes, there's something for us here, because it's all about interest. So, it is good that he joins the opposition, the coalition. Yes, because to remove Tinubu means a unity of many political associations and amalgamation of political parties and other interests.
All right, we understand that Comrade Ibuchukwu is now with us. Good evening. You're welcome to the issues. Hello, Comrade Ibuchukwu. All right, it seems like we can't hear you, Comrade. Please, you can do justice to your audio so we can get it. Okay.
Too. How are you and family?
Yeah, I'm fine. The family is good. How are you doing? All right. We just had the comrade right now. If he could join us back, we'll be so much grateful. And okay, let me go to Dr. Noske before the comrade joins us back due to some technical glitch there. Peter Obi built his brand on rejecting the old guard when he left the PDP, and with the likes of Atiku, Wike, and co. And now he's aligning with Atiku, Rotimi Amechi, and El-Rufai. Does that not contradict that message that he is now joining a coalition due to the fact that he cannot do it alone?
He's joining a coalition for greater good of Nigerians.
Okay.
That's the reason he is joining the coalition, for greater good of Nigerians. Understand me? Because he realized that it is not what only him can do. There's a saying that a people united can never be defeated. So when the coalition comes, it will be easier doing it as a group than doing it as an individual. So it doesn't contradict anything. Before, nobody believed that Tinubu and what's his name, and Buhari can work together with what Nigerians believed that Tinubu represents and Buhari represents. But when there's need for the overall interest of the people, understand? You forget that's all the boundaries and come for the greater good, and understand me, for the people.
Okay, I'm still taking a look at Peter Obi, for instance. How will Obi's core supporters, many of whom backed him as a clean break from established politicians, the old guard and so on and so forth, how would they respond to him now partnering with the very system they opposed in 2023?
Which system they opposed?
They were happy that Peter Obi joined a neutral party and removing himself from the usual recycled politicians. How would they now feel that he's now going back to join the same people to form a coalition against the same old guy?
History is very, very important.
Yes.
P2B did not leave PDP voluntarily.
Yes.
Just like P2B did not leave ABGA voluntarily.
Okay.
We need Obi'S not chased P2B out of ABGA. Because he felt that P2B is overshining him. So he felt that P2B's son occupied every space. So the only way that he can shine is to push P2B away.
Okay.
Then 2022, PDP has a mind of micro-zoning their presidential candidate to the southeast. A committee was set up, headed by Samuel Ortom, the then governor of Benue State. Wike went and bribed this committee. And instead of zoning to the southeast, they said that they are throwing it open. Understand? That they are throwing it open. And that was the only reason why Atiku decided that to buy tickets. So Atiku said, since it is open, let me go and buy tickets. Then they said that they are sending their funds for 40 million naira. Peter Obi said that he will not buy, that's a nomination fund, an expression of interest fund for 40 million naira. It was based on that he left PDP. So it is not that I don't want to stay with it. After all, he ran in 2019 with Atiku Abubakar. And it was a good ticket, a very good ticket that would have transformed this country. If that ticket has won, we will not be in this where we are as we speak.
Obi says no one can fix Nigeria alone. But does joining forces with familiar political elites suggest compromise or capitulation?
For me, I always like Obi because of his sincerity. I always like Obi because of his it is humility to admit, understand me, that nobody can fix Nigeria alone. Even if P2B is given the presidential ticket and he wins in 2027, he cannot fix Nigeria in 8 years. He cannot fix Nigeria in 8 years. That's why they say that government is a continuum. One person will come and lay on the foundation, another one will come and build on the foundation. So saying that nobody can fix Nigeria alone, that is true. That's why they say all hands on deck. All hands on deck. It's not what an individual can do.
Okay. Is Obi's decision to run on the ADC a strategic masterstroke or desperate move that risks alienating his base and diluting his credibility?
I don't know what you mean by desperate move. Obi has told Nigerians the reason. Okay. That is not what an individual can do.
Yes.
So those who feel that they are holier than the Pope, let them vote APC. Understand me? Because Obi is with Atiku. Because people always look outward. They don't look inward. Understand me?
Yes.
So those of them who feel that Tinubu is their alternative, I wish them the best. But for P2B, for Nigeria to be rescued, it needs a coalition. And I believe that this ADC will do it.
What's the ideology of the ADC?
I don't care about
we've not heard about the ideology.
What's the ideology of APC?
Yeah, the same mistake we made with the APC Are we now going to allow the same mistake because we want to remove the APC from power? Because if the followers are saying, okay, we want to follow this coalition, what is the ideology of the ADC? Is it just to grab power again like the APC did against the PDP under Jonathan's time?
The issue is this. A poor man on the street who doesn't know where or when his next meal will come doesn't care about ideology or principles. And we have gone beyond the era of rhetorics. This is the era of action. Somebody who will come and rescue Nigerians from hunger. Understand me? From insecurity, from poverty. It doesn't need any ideology to do this. Okay. And I keep on saying that why Nigeria is where it is at the moment, that we've never had a thoroughbred businessman rule this country. We've never had a thoroughbred businessman rule this country. Tinubu may claim to be a businessman, but I don't know his companies. Understand me?
He was yes governor of Lagos.
I'm talking of thoroughbred businessman. Peter Obi was a former governor, but we know him as an astute, a successful businessman. Understand me? Atiku is a former vice president. We know him as a successful businessman. We know we know Peter Obi's companies. We know Atiku's companies. So, and Bill Gates said that the success that an individual attained in his private capacity is a testimony of what he would do in public service. Peter Obi has succeeded in his private capacity. Atiku has succeeded in his private capacity. So the thing that they did in micro is just to transform it into macro. Understand me?
That's the same thing that those who were supporting, talking about the President Tinubu also said. He has succeeded in transforming Lagos. He would also replicate that at the federal level.
That was a mere hype. When you want to mention people who did well in Lagos as a governor, Natif Jakonde comes first. Natif Jakonde comes first. Boba Marawa is there. Ambode is there. Fashion even did better than him. Because these are what you go out and see. Can you mention any project in Lagos today that you say was built by Bonamed Tinubu?
This was the same that was also said about Buhari, that he's zero corruption and so on. But we can talk about the ministers that were worse off in terms of corruption cases and so on and so forth.
Buhari never had a presence throughout his 8 years. Buhari cannot write an autobiography of his 8 years in office. He cannot write 50 pages of his tenure as the president.
But we're told that he was excellent when under a military administration.
You did not know then. I knew then. I knew what.
But that was the propaganda that was sold to the voters.
That is the Lagos Ibadan press. But I thank God for social media.
All right, Comrade, I don't know if Comrade is back with us. Comrade, we're just talking about Peter Obi's reasons for joining the coalition, saying that one man cannot do it alone. That's one of the reasons he said for joining the coalition. Comrade, to bring you up to speed, what do you think of Peter Obi's reasons for joining the coalition? Hello, Comrade. Can you hear me?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, great to have you.
Yeah, God bless you. How is Lagos?
Yeah, Lagos is fine. We're just talking about Peter Obi and the reasons he said made him to join the coalition, that one man cannot do it alone. What do you think about that?
I think it's a genuine reason. No one man can do it alone. Even Mr. President, can he do it alone? He needs, that's why they are doing campaigns, because no one person can do it alone. So I agree with him totally. You need the voters, you need the members of party, you know. So, and it is a political party that will sponsor you. Is it one man affair? So I agree with him on that basis.
But joining forces with this political old guards, who Nigerians have said that they've continued to be recycled. What would the Obi'S movement see about this? Because they were happy that he joined a neutral party and they followed him en masse. Do you think the Obi'S will still be interested now that he has joined forces with these same familiar faces who Nigerians feel has also failed them?
Well, I cannot speak for Obi'S movement. They have the officers and their membership is there. They can speak for themselves. But my own is that as a Nigerian, no one person, as a human being, no one person can do it. But if you're asking my own opinion about the members of the coalition, that's why I may say something.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. What do you think about the membership of the coalition? How strong do you think they will take, talking about the political scene, by storm and challenge the APC in the general elections?
Well, they are strong in their own estimation, their own capacities. They are strong. These are former political office holders, former governors, former ministers, former members of parliament, and others, and people who control their constituencies, you know. But the problem is that's not what Nigeria wants today. You know, that was how APC deceived us in 2015, that they are going to take over Nigeria and do things better. Unfortunately, it has not been like that. You know, there is insecurity everywhere, there's poverty everywhere, there's hunger everywhere, and prices of goods are going higher and higher every day. You go to the market in the morning and you buy a particular product. If you go back in the afternoon, the price has tripled. You know, the facilities, the things that God has freely given to us, like oil, we no longer enjoy them. So we cannot say we are oil producing country, and these are what the citizens are enjoying from it. So these are the things. So we are no longer, Nigerians cannot be deceived again when you say you are coming to change the system and you are not telling us how you are going to do it. Like Mr. P was saying, that ideology doesn't matter. Ideology matters. But ideology is what you tell the people that you are going to do. That is your campaign programs. That is the manifesto that you have. So if you are coming to rule a particular people or a country like Nigeria and you don't have manifesto, it means that you don't even know what you're going to do, and there's nothing that the people will hold you responsible when you are no longer performing. If you say you're going to build roads, or you're going to give free education, or you're going to give a housing program, free housing program to people, when you come to power after 1 year or 2 years, that is how the people are going to rate you. You promise that you are going to do this when you come to power. 2-3 years you are there, you have not been able to do anything different. That's why Nigerians are crying today, because all the promises of APC have not been fulfilled. I can't say all, but most promises have not been fulfilled. Nigerians are suffering. So if this other coalition is coming and they are not telling us what they are going to do differently from APC, many Nigerians may not be wanting to join them or to vote for them, because you must tell us what is going to be the difference between what you have today and what you are going to have tomorrow. That is what is called ideology.
Comrade, is it that we say that the ADC is trying to be careful not to make promises they cannot fulfill? But on the part of Peter Obi, he has clearly continued to state what he plans to do, talking about going from consumption to production. That has always been his major language. And he said something recently that he's not interested in becoming the petroleum minister. He's interested in making sure that the economy works. Nigerians can move back to production. Nigerians can do well. And he's targeting that 4 years is enough for him to hit the ground running and, of course, make impact. Do you agree that Peter Obi has what it takes? And with what his manifestos have said right from 2023 till now, do you agree that if Peter Obi is moving in the front line of this coalition, we can say his master plan or his ideologies look good and Nigerians can trust it?
Yes, of course, that was why Nigerians clocked around him in 2023. It is not because he's fair, it's not because he wears suits, it's not because he wears shoes, it's because of what he promised that he was going to do for Nigerians. And so they saw the difference between yesterday and today and say, if this man comes to power, there are things that he is going to do that will put food on table for Nigerians, that will make Nigerians happy, make their children go to school, that will make the transportation costs become lower, and housing rents and all that. So if we didn't say it's going to move Nigeria from a consuming to a productive society, some people like us cannot trust, cannot campaign or join him. But because the problem of Nigeria is not about consuming, it's about producing. Today, the middle belt, yesterday, the middle belt used to be the food basket of Nigeria. That place has been terrorized. You know, it has become a host of itself. Farmers no longer go to the farms. Even coming here to the southeast and southwest, Nigeria has been overrun by herdsmen, you know, in the afternoon, in the morning, at night. And so people are no longer secured. They don't go to farm again. So if Nigerians can become a productive society where we use the resources in this country, you know, process them and use them to put smiles on the faces of Nigerians and happiness in their heart, it will do us better. So how long will we continue to buy from America, from China, from Europe and all that? Time has come when Nigeria, as a leading African society or country, will begin to give something to the world. Look at the Burkina Faso of yesterday, under a military dictatorship. Look at what they are doing. They're no longer buying food from outside Burkina Faso. They are exporting food and other products. But Nigeria, even as we are producing oil, we're exporting oil to be refined in foreign countries. We can't build our own refineries. We cannot reconstruct them to refine oil in Nigeria. And that's why you can buy a pump price of petroleum product at 1,000 plus, gas at 1,000 plus, even kerosene that poor people use is not better. So I agree that moving Nigeria from a consuming to a producing society is a big ideological issue that Nigerians, will look at.
Okay, let me go back to the next conversation where Dumebi Kachikwu'S, the 2023 ADC presidential candidate, has threatened legal action against the party's coalition members led by David Mark. According to a political scientist, Jideofor Adibe, the All Progressive Congress might encourage Kachikwu'S legal showdown to destabilize the ADC. The ADC coalition, which includes notable politicians like Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar, faces an uphill task in their bid to wrest power from President Bola Tinubu. Adibe believes the coalition's members are experienced politicians who know the challenges ahead. Adibe praises the coalition members, citing their
Just get SDG, understand me? Sustainable Development Goal.
Okay.
If you can implement it stage that is out of date. The first stage, and the country has moved on. Understand me? So, whatever, all these shoe shiners. That's I don't always know their names. Okay. But being a presidential candidate of a party does not make you the owner of a party. Being a presidential candidate of a party does not make you the owner of the political party. Just as Peter Obi being the presidential candidate of a Labour Party in 2023 does not make him the owner of the party. ADC has a national chairman in the person of Ralph Okenwusu. And he said that all the executive has resigned, understand, to accommodate the David Mark led committee. So this guy is just a presidential candidate. In 2023, Professor Peter, that's the ABGA national chairman, Professor Peter Umadi was the presidential candidate of ABGA. And throughout that 2023, he made every attempt to meet Soludo one-on-one. Soludo was dodging him because Soludo was working for Tinubu. So today, they don't even invite him for ABGA meetings. Understand me? Today, they don't invite Umad for ABGA meetings. When they elected their national chairman, Okenwa, Umad was not there because he's not the owner of the party. He's not an executive of the party. So this guy can go there to court. It doesn't. He's not dealing with children. He is dealing with adults who know what he knows and who also know what Tinubu knows. That's my take.
All right, let me go to Comrade. Do maybe Kachikwu'S, the presidential candidate in 2023 for ADC, has said that the coalition was designed to produce Atiku as presidential candidate. He also demands that INEC clarify who is the leader of the ADC. He's not having it that David Mark should be the Senate president. He said he's going to go through everything to make sure. Do you think Kachikwu'S has the metal, the power? Because take a look at the people who are gathering with the ADC and led by Ralph Wonsu, who handed the leadership to David Mark and Ralph Aregbesola. Do you think Kachikwu'S should be taken seriously? And what do you think about him saying that the coalition is already planning towards making Atiku the presidential candidate?
Well, I am not a member of the party. I do not have the constitution of the party where all these issues will be streamlined. Because if we stay here and begin to talk and we don't have the constitution of the party, even INEC cannot do anything outside the party constitution. The laws guiding the party, nobody can do anything. If the party constitution says the leader of the party or the presidential candidate has powers to that, then the maybe is making sense. But if the constitution does not give him such powers, then he's just ranting. That's my position on that.
And it should not be taken seriously.
Yeah, of course. How can it be taken seriously when you don't have power to do something? If I begin to shout now that tomorrow I am going to give every Nigerian 1 million naira from the state coffers, when I am not the president and I don't have such powers, am I not telling Nigerians lies and deceiving myself? So it is only when you have the powers in line with the laws establishing a society or an organization that
Comrade, are you still with us? right. Adibe talking about he has said that the APC could take advantage of this Kachikwu'S situation and want to create a problem for the ADC.
Yeah, even that is what they know. That's what that it should be at the back of their minds.
Yes.
Understand me?
So they should be prepared.
So they should be prepared. That's an instance. What happened yesterday in Abuja? They dribbled Wike because they have two venues for their that's for their conference. They were deliberately promoting the hotel that Wike cancelled. Understand me? They know that or the kind of a virus that Nyesa Wike is. So they were promoting on the hotel, knowing that Wike will fund for it. Understand me? And if you read what RFI said today, RFI said that they are going to register another political party as a backup. Understand me? As a backup to ADC. So the issue is this is a game. You have to be one step ahead of your opponent. You have to be one step ahead of your opponent. So what he is doing, an instance that somebody wants to kill a president, everywhere ordinarily should be a big news. That somebody said that I want to kill Tinubu, somebody wants to kill Donald Trump. But ordinarily, it's not a big news. Because they know that the security officers know that every day somebody must wake up thinking of how to kill the president. So that's why they have presidential guards. Understand me? Because they know that some people will want to kill the president. So it should be stupidity on their own part if they don't know that Tinubu will want to disorganize them. Understand me?
Yeah.
It should be stupidity on their own part if they don't know. And as they convened yesterday, they should also know that some people there are moles. Understand me? They should know that APC sent some people to their meeting.
Okay, let's go back to the FCT minister, which you rightly just mentioned, talking about Nyesom Wike has criticized the anti-Tinubu coalition that took over the African Democratic Congress, calling them a group of failed and inspired politicians. Wike specifically targeted coalition leaders like David Mark, Rotimi Amechi, and others, questioning their past achievements and contributions to Nigeria. According to Wike, these leaders were part of government that Nigerians seemed to be happy with at the time, but now that they are out of power, they are claiming Nigerians are unhappy. Wike also mentioned specific instances in their failures, such as David Mark's lack of projects in Otukpo and Rotimi Amechi's role in plunging Nigeria into debt. Wike concluded that the only party that can challenge President Tinubu is the PDP if they put their house in order. He dismissed the ADC coalition, saying they have nothing to offer Nigerians. Can you take Wike serious that PDP is the only party that can challenge Tinubu? The same party he looks like he's sabotaging.
I am very, very happy that the good people in PDP are quitting. Let Wike run as a PDP presidential candidate in 2027.
Since he believes...
Let Nyesom Wike run. They have left the PDP for him. Understand me? Let him be their presidential flag bearer in 2027. Because that's why he did, according to him, why he did what he did in 2023. Because they did not vote for him to become their presidential candidate. So now Atiku is no more in PDP. So let him now run as PDP presidential candidate in 2027. Understand? Let him run it. So, for me, David Mark and Nyesom Wike in achievement is not comparing a tortoise and an elephant. That's comparing David Mark and Nyesom Wike. Comparing Rotimi Amechi and Nyesom Wike are the same thing. Because when Nyesom Wike was the chairman of Obi'S local government, Rotimi Amechi was the speaker of River State House of Assembly. Understand me? Two terms speaker, 2 terms governor, 2 terms minister. Understand?
Yeah.
So what has Wike achieved except destruction?
At least he's been named Mr. Project.
By who?
At least by his fellow
By who?
fellow admirers, who has named him Mr. Project.
So for me, as long as even his 40 years wine is taking a toll on him, he had now added happiness this thing now, medicine. So he would drink a 40 years wine, drink a happiness medicine in order that to appear in public. That's why Fobra said that somebody will be laughing in public and crying in the inside. He was referring to Wike because he knows that Wike is a very sad person.
All right, comrade, I don't know that you're with us because we are pressed for time. I'd love to have your insights on this. Wike saying that the ADC coalition is a group of failed and inspired politicians. Do you agree with this submission?
Little to the left, little to the right. Because some of them are truly aspired politicians. But so you can't be aspired, old. You can't be old but not aspired. Some of them are old politicians, but they're not aspired. So it depends on how he sees it. Because when he said this one did not do this, he did not do this, there are some of these allegations that are verifiable. For instance, in Otukpo, what can you say David Mark did for them in his own constituency? If there are activities, if there are projects that he attracted and Senate president for 80 years, then that is commendable. But if he didn't, is he now becoming the chairman of a party that he will do it? So because why do people run to offices? You come to power to do good things for your people, for the people. If you are in a position and you didn't achieve anything, then you have not succeeded. You have not done anything. You cannot be praised. You cannot be commended. So for me, staying in office for 30 million years is not the issue. It's what you have achieved with those years that you were in office. You can stay in office for 1 month, but you will have done something that somebody who stayed there for 20 years has not done. So what is important is what you have achieved while in office.
All right. All right, come in.
Yes.
Go ahead. Just wrap it up. Guys, just wrap it up.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that some of them have been in office, they achieved, some did not achieve. For those who did not achieve, they aspired. It's not about old age. After all, the current president is not a young man. So, for those who didn't achieve, they aspired politicians. For those who achieved,
they are still relevant.
it does not matter whether they are old or young.
All right.
They are still active and can do something better. But all we need is to have a workable Nigeria, a Nigeria that works.
A Nigeria that works. Thank you very much, comrade. It's been a pleasure having you on the issues tonight. We hope to have you subsequently.
God bless you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
God bless you too. And Dr. Nosike, it's been a pleasure having you too.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Okay. Nigeria's political future hangs in the balance, and Peter Obi's decision to join the ADC coalition raises questions about the opposition's unity and chances in 2027. But with Dumebi, Kachikwu'S threats, and Yenton Wike's scathing criticism, the road ahead won't be easy. Will this coalition survive the challenges? The conversation doesn't end here. It starts now. I am Jerry Apelioi. This has been the Issues on Voice of the People TV television. Have a great one.